I'm William G. Alston. I'm a retired professor of exercise science. I specialize in the human stress response, and I've spent 2 years gathering scientific data for my new book entitled 4 Keys to the Natural Anabolic State, Volume 1. This book reveals an amazing thread of scientific data that points the way to the healthiest possible blood chemistry and top performance. This book is cutting-edge science. But I was extremely careful to write it in enjoyable everyday language. I'm not trying to impress scientists with a lot of jargon. I'm trying to convey a message that can help people's lives. And so I wrote this book in as simple terms as possible. It uses the marker hormones of human stress and explains it in very simple terms. And you will be amazed, folks, because most people simply don't understand stress. They fear stress. They fear it and they waste it. And it's a God-given power that most people just don't use. But this book explains how the human stress response system works and how it can make you better at everything you do: sports, academics, test taking, business, everything. Did you know that there are 5 types of stress, 2 types of anxiety, and 3 types of aggression? Those are all explained in the book, and it will amaze you the difference in those and how you can control the type of stress that you experience. And it's not hard, you need to learn, but it is not hard. And when you read this book, you'll understand. Did you know that a single thought can change your blood chemistry in a heartbeat for better or worse? Happens all the time, folks. It's going on in your body all the time, whether you know it or not, but your thought processes can alter it in a way that make it much more healthy for you. Did you know that in the anabolic state, your body builds muscle and burns fat, and mental and physical performance are enhanced? Did you know that in the catabolic state, your body burns muscle and stores fat, and mental and physical performance are impaired? Did you know that honesty, gratitude, humility, and assertiveness help to sustain a healthier blood chemistry? When the book will explain why this is so and how you can do this, folks. Did you know that people who have Christian faith have a more anabolic blood chemistry than those who lack faith? These were among the last studies that I found, and I was seriously searching for them because in my heart I knew that Christian faith would help this process. But I didn't know that the research had been done. And I found the research, and it is irrefutable. It's excellent research and replicated many times. You're going to be surprised that I'll disclose this research to you, but in very simple terms. Folks, if you want to be healthier, happier, more productive, much better at everything you do, you must read this book. And I'll make a prediction. Any coach in any sport who requires all players on his team or her team to read this book during the preseason will dominate their conference the following season. So that's my prediction. I'll wait. I'll tell you what, we'll find out how it went when we start Volume 2. So what you're looking for is 4 Keys to the Natural Anabolic State, Volume 1. Volume 2 will be published in 8 or 9 months. And it will be a compilation of the stories and questions and issues and all from readers who've read Volume 1. And you're going to want to tell your story. All right? When you achieve the natural anabolic state, you're going to feel exhilarated. You're going to play better than you've ever played. You're going to perform in tests better than you've ever done. And you're going to want to talk about it. And it's very exciting. You're going to also want to talk about how in the past, those times when you just flat screwed up playing sports. I played 3 sports in high school. I know what it's like to have a great game, and I know what it's like to have a really solid game. And I think all of us do in town. But folks, I will make this final prediction. I'll tell you this. This is the third prediction. By the time you finish the 3rd chapter, you're going to wish you'd read this book sooner. I say this on every video, and nobody's contradicting me yet. And I'm telling you, read it and you'll see. You get to the 3rd chapter. When I got to the 3rd chapter of compiling this stuff, I just sat back and said, I cannot believe this. This blew my mind. I said, I wish, dear Lord, I had this back when I was a kid. I mean, when I was starting to play sports and all. I'd have been a much better athlete, much better student, better at everything. I can think about all the times when my thoughts, I realize now, my thoughts got in my way. I was thinking the wrong way. I mean, folks, I can tell you, listen, if you're a baseball infielder, for example, and you tell me what your thoughts are during the game, I can tell you whether you'll have a chance to make it to a D1 scholarship or not. Say you're a high school player. I literally can't. All you got to do is tell me how you think. And I can tell you how to think to change all that and make yourself a much better player. So last prediction is, and I guess I just said it, by the third chapter, you're going to wish you'd read this book sooner. And if you disagree with it, let me know. But you won't. Bye.